digital workshop of SETE. 2026 had started on a very positive note following a very successful 2025 for the Greek market. Of course, we have turbulence due to the geopolitical situation. The market shifts are ongoing. Greece has shown resilience. In the past, we have a strong brand identity. We have been used to be coping with crisis in the past decade and more, always showing good developments. It's business as usual for us. Our goal through the digital workshops is to educate and provide tools to our members and to tourism businesses. We are here scanning trends. We take into consideration seasonality, climate change, experiences, the trend towards live tourism, the shift of aging population, sustainability, and of course, digitalization and AI. And this is all about what we are going to do here today. We are going to discuss the future of traveling. Our title is Travel in Transition, of course, a discussion on the changing travel landscape, evolving customer expectation, and the transformative role of AI across the tourism value chain. Let's make a full screen of the agenda. Just to introduce our speakers from Accenture, a collaboration we have. We will start with Stefania Filippone, Travel Cluster Lead, and Beatrice Dorenti, Senior Associate on Travel Transitions, Market Shifts, Evolving Traveler Behaviors, and AI Adoption. We will continue with Laura Micheli, Design Director, about reinventing the traveler experience. Our Nikos Diamandopoulos, General Manager of Marketing Greece, will discuss the impact of digital transformation and AI through applied solutions, showcase the Marketing Greece paradigm. We'll continue with Ariana Galante, Transforming Content and Asset Creation in the Age of Artificial Intelligence, the title is. And a closing presentation by Alessandro Simeone, Service Practice Senior Manager, about, with title Rethinking Customer Service as a Lever for Engagement. We have a lot to discuss. Our aim here is to keep presentations in about an hour and 15 minutes maybe, so as to give some time to you for questions, discussions, and make it an interactive discussion as far as possible. So let's have a quick start and passing the floor to Stefania right now. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much, and thank you for hosting us. It's really a pleasure to be here with you today. I lead the travel practice for Italy, and I collaborate with Greece with my colleagues, Michael Chompins, who is in call. And we are very happy to start this initiative together and provide some of the insights we always manage with our observatory. That is a permanent observatory where we analyze all the trends that are happening on the market, and we use those for our innovation lab and for our customers. So basically, today we are going to focus on three main topics. One is the geopolitical situation in Europe. The second is travel behaviors in this period, and the third one is adoption of AI in the different travel segment and sub-industries. So I will hand over to Beatrice Dorenti, who is our researcher from Interlera consulting team that is part of Accenture, to provide us a view on what we see as a geopolitical situation in Europe as far as concerning travel future. Thank you, Beatrice.
Thank you. Thank you, Stefania. Hello, everyone. So I would like to start before delving into the content of geopolitical disruption a bit, starting from the overall situation of the European market for tourism. Indeed, 2025, as for Greece, was a great year for international tourism worldwide, with 1.52 billion international tourist arrivals worldwide, and of these, more than 50% came to Europe, being meaning that Europe is a world-leading tourism destination. Forecasts for 2026 are still positive. Indeed, there is an expectation of an increase in arrivals of around 6%. What is the reason why people decide traveling to Europe? People decide to come to Europe basically because of their leisure time. They want to come for their holidays, but also for visiting friends and family and for business travel. And this is something in common between long-haul travelers and intra-European travelers. Looking into more details of who are the tourists traveling to Europe, we see that almost 80% of people visiting Europe come from Europe itself, which makes our tourism industry quite resilient to changes. And looking then into the details of why people are choosing to travel to Europe, we see that the main criteria for both long-haul travelers and intra-European travelers is the fact that Europe is perceived as safe. Europe is a safe destination, and actually the other reasons why travelers decide to come to our continent is for long-haul travelers to visit iconic world-renowned sites, but also for the quality of infrastructure, while intra-European travelers decide to come for the good weather and the value for money. Let's going a bit more into the details of the forecast for 2026. We see that actually forecasts made at the end of 2025 see a decline in the overall desire to visit our continent. And this is spread somehow across all the main source markets. What is the main barrier? Of course, talking about long-haul travels, costs, prices of traveling long hours are, of course, the main reason, but there is also another figure that should not be overlooked, and that is that basically almost 1 in 5 travelers, long-haul travelers, just simply prefer to visit another region. And this is also to be considered in relation to the fact that people are increasingly interested in traveling, yes, internationally, but closer to home. Of course, the forecast for 2026 will be deeply affected from the geopolitical situations that we are experiencing and that Stefania was mentioning. Indeed, the escalation of the conflict between Israel and Iran, which happened at the end of May, had major consequences, not only for the Middle East, which is severely impacted, but also from a global point of view, especially in terms of air connectivity. Just to give you some numbers about this fact, in the first days of March this year, almost 80% of the flights that were connecting Asia Pacific to Europe via Middle East hubs were cancelled. And also there is research from Bloomberg from the beginning of March, which says that the airfare prices are also highly increasing on this specific corridor. It's a bit too early, of course, to drive firm conclusions of what will be the impact of this geopolitical chaos on European tourism, but there are signs that this effect might not be 100% negative. Indeed, destinations perceived as safe, such as Canada and Europe, are gaining interest, are gaining attractions in contrast to the destinations in the Gulf states and North Africa. Specifically, Europe is well positioned, and the net sentiment regarding traveling to Europe is strongly positive across all markets, especially on the intra-European market, where Europeans are increasingly wishing to traveling closer to home. But we see that there are also they say there is also an increasing appetite in other source markets such as Asia and the United States. So the situation, of course, is far from certain, and of course, we are seeing a shift toward last-minute bookings. And basically, the situation is to be monitored, and the next week will tell us the story. So now I'll leave it back to Stefania to talk about what's going on from a technological point of view in the industry.
Thank you very, very much, Beatrice. There is an interesting data in Italy, I don't know how it's in Greece, that 51% of people in Italy did not yet book a holiday for summer. So there is quite a critical anxiety of what's going on, and let's hope that May will be more fluent in terms of trust and for traveling. So let's forget, for example, the geopolitical situation and concentrate on travel behavior. What we observe basically, which are the main trends. Yeah, for sure, the first topic for this year is for sure to be in a safe place. It was not such before, but now for sure everybody is looking for two things: a safe place, but also a place can be reached without a flight, for sure. So everybody is looking for a road trip. And since already train was increasing from skiff research, there is a bigger trend where people is using much more train and road tripping. For this year, we are going to have a boom for sure of this kind of mobility way to reach a destination. The second mega trend is taking care of oneself. For everybody, travel is becoming not only having a vacation, but having a moment to reconstruct yourself. That means really from a different perspective, place where you can find another state of the mind, so relax and gain back energies, or you can learn, or you can have a treatment that can help you to stay better. And in fact, we see a lot of growth of what these trends that is called wealth, that is a mix between wellness and health. Really, people want to travel to stay better. The third, that is the one I like the most, is creating connection. When you travel, you reconnect with yourself, but you connect a lot also with your family and friends. We see a lot of increasing number of people traveling with all the family, with the parents, the grandparents, the nephew, because it's a way to stay together and to regroup for multiple places. In fact, there are emerging tour operators that are specializing in this kind of holidays. But there's also a way to connect with the community you are traveling with. There are a lot of new initiatives in Italy, but I think also in Greece, that creates travel to create teams and group of people, like we rode in Italy, that was focused on people that is below 40 years. Now there are new tour operators also specialize in people above 50, because we have a lot of people that would like to make a new friend. And the third connection is really connecting with Lavinia, sorry, can you go back to the previous one? And to connect with the place you visit, no? This is also very related to the fact that when you travel, you don't want to consume content in a fast way. You want to really experience the real experience of what you find. And for markets like Italy and Greece, where we have so many hidden gems, so many things to tell to people, is becoming an uncompatible value that we have to push to our guests. For sure, receiving personalized experience has been always a trend in travel. We have always helped our customer to personalize the experience starting from luxury, but now the technology help us really to do for every kind of customer. And also now the AI and the agentic is also supporting more, because we can really do the marketing in one, and we can produce pricing dedicated, we can produce content, as we will see. And very last is living unique experience, I've already said. So especially the young generation refrain from over tourism and destinations that are overcrowded. They are really looking for hidden gems and memorable moments. So moving on to another big topic that is instead AI, that is really transforming our market and our industry so much. I have not to say that people is using AI. It's a matter of fact that they are using AI to plan and potentially, we don't know how soon, but it will happen. They will use AI to book, because everybody's working in this direction. The mega giant like Google are doing, and so we have to be prepared that your next customer is not going to be a human being, but it's going to be an agent. So if we move on, so basically, I mean, everybody is using it. I don't believe there are big difference between the countries from US and Europe. There are difference in the way the generation are using. Especially, there is a very interesting research from Kayak that was published at the beginning of 2026, where the young generation are really the one that are saying that they trust more AI than their friends, because the AI has a much bigger exposure and trust of their friends. And we have to take these in serious consideration. So if we move on to the next slide, what the AI is used for, first of all, decide what to go or where to go, when to take the trip, which is the best period, what to do, but also where to book. And this is a very relevant topic. So as you all know, Google researches are decreasing here month over month. So in order to continue to be visible, you have to be searchable by the LLM. And so you have to evolve the way you manage your presence. Otherwise, you risk to not have anymore a brand visibility. And many customers, many people in the travel are working on this. If we move on, I've already touched this. The ecosystem is in a big turbulence moment. For sure, there are a lot of traction in the industry. OTA are adopting AI more radically than others. For example, Trip.com, the Asian OTA is very strong now, adapting AI and managing AI for booking and also for post-booking assistance and disruption management. But not only OTA now. I mean, all the AI native platform can help you to support the trip. We are working with many customers also to help them to have their presence there and to have app there to be visible. But then there is the big threats of Google that is overseeing the full journey. We are waiting to understand when it will make the famous click, not only to search, but also to book. And we believe they are already there, are just commercial policy that are preventing them to complete. So our advice here, be ready, be visible, be present, because these are the channels that will be used by guests in they are used already, but also they will be used in a real future for booking. Very last, then I will hand over to my other colleagues. Just a glimpse of how we see AI adoption from the travel company. Basically, okay, we already said everybody's using AI, everybody is interested in AI. C-level survey said that everybody in travel is understanding how to adopt for back office and front office project and so on. But the reality is that we are, even if there is a big interest, there is still a small portion of company that have really embraced AI, just 12%, sorry. And the reason why is that for sure investment is okay, because AI is an investment not only to invest, but also to consume. Now there is a big discussion about the cost of tokens when you use AI compared to the traditional way you manage things. So this is a lot of threats for people to understand if really they want to avoid in this situation. And but there is also another big barrier compared to the other markets. From a research done by Anthropic, travel has just 2.9% of the full-time employee with right AI skill, compared to 21% in tech and media. So that means a company, not only they have to invest and understand how to shape AI roadmap, but also they have to invest in the skills of the teams, because also personal productivity can increase enormously if you have the right training. And in our vision, this starts really from training the C-level, understanding really what AI can do for them in their team. We always say that in the future, a manager will have 70% done by human and 30% done by agentic, and they have to manage their agent. Another important research we have looked at is the Anthropic one on which are the most common position in travel that can be interest to be make agentic. And for sure, digital customer service operation is one of the most, because it's easy to replace it somehow, not the final touch, because we always say that humans should be there, but a lot of non-productive calls and non-productive inquiries can be automatized. For sure, content, so a lot of content can be produced with agentic. Another position is revenue management, that has been always a very mathematical kind of skills, and for sure our kind of skill can be replaced, and concierge that at least from a first touch can be automatized. But just coming to conclusion, so leaving the space to others, we see three main advice to give you. So market shift. This year is going to be complicated, so you have to be flexible and very last. We believe that there are going to be a lot of last-minute bookings. You have to adapt to evolving travel behaviors and to the new generation kind of attitudes. And the third one, really not to neglect, is AI adoption, and start from training your teams, your C-level, and then go to investment in AI. So thank you. And over to you, Maria.
Thank you to both of you. Here, flexibility and adaptability that builds resilience for the next day. And of course, people, the human factor will always be in place. We say it in Greek, philoxenia. This cannot be replaced by any agent, of course, where we ranked high. And I want to give a note on what Beatrice said before about the geopolitical situation on a European level. This is also the data we have from our institute as well in SETE. We see Europe has, of course, let's say, benefited as a destination due to the Middle East crisis, at least up to now. We see Spain, Italy, and Greece attracting interest. If we may speak about Greece, it is still considered to be among the safest destination and has an exclusive offering. We can also confirm the tendency to last minute bookings, and people may be staying less at the destination, at the place. And of course, we cannot as you both said, we have to monitor the situation. You cannot drive into a conclusion of how the whole season will go right now. It's on a week by week basis. So that said, let's keep moving with Laura Micheli, Design Director from Accenture. Laura?
Thank you, Maria. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Laura, and at Accenture Song, I mainly focus on experience innovation at the intersection of AI, design, and business. And today, I will walk you through how we are reimagining the travel industry through a new interaction model, because today travel is no longer about destinations, it's about how seamlessly experiences come together. Can we move forward to the next slide? Okay, to the next one. Thank you. So the problem is not the offer today. The world has never had more options, but the travel phase where the journey stops, when experiences break, disconnect, and leave people managing complexity instead of living it. We got 3 macro friction points: over choices, journey fragmentation, and high stakes decisions. So too much choice, too many systems, too much responsibility. Users today are forced to filter, to compare, to coordinate, and lastly, to decide across often fragmented platforms, website and mobile apps, and high stakes moments decisions. The results is loss of time, loss of value, and moreover, an overwhelming cognitive load. So what's the new paradigm? A new paradigm is emerging. The people no longer want to plan, they want to ask. And the interaction shift from navigation to conversation, from browsing options to expressing intent and getting immediate contextual answers. So we are moving from a comment-based interaction to an intent-based interaction. And so the signals are clear. The future is about orchestrating the journey around people, not around system, not around touch points, but around real needs in real time with intelligence that connects everything. And this is where everything comes together, from fragmented interaction to a single continuous experience. So let's see how this vision comes to life. Let's meet Mark and Aurélie with a quick video. I can't hear the sound. There's no sound.
The future of travel is being reimagined. Life Journey is the orchestrator that makes every experience seamless, proactive, and human-centered. At its core, the agentic engine generates the user interface in real time, an ecosystem connecting flights, hospitality, events, and services, anticipating needs and hyper-personalizing every experience. Every trip is designed around the traveler, powered by new service models. Now, let's meet Aurélie and Mark through a real-life use case. Mark values control and efficiency in the way he travels. He wants to travel to Milan for the Winter Olympics and takes the opportunity to turn the trip into a romantic weekend with his wife, Aurélie. Mark invites Aurélie to join him. This is where Mark's mobility agent steps in. It handles flights and every logistical detail. It suggests transfers that fit his schedule, so the journey flows at his pace. Now let's take a look at Aurélie. With Life Journey, she begins to imagine how the weekend will unfold. She enjoys choosing the hotel and curating every detail of the experience. Her experience agent presents a selection of Milan's finest hotels. Aurélie explores the 5-star options, considering the view, spa access, and proximity to the Olympic venues to ensure every choice feels just right. Life Journey identifies a wine and dine tasting experience, and, knowing Aurélie's preferences, adds it to the itinerary. Life Journey orchestrates the couple's preferences, combining flights, hotels, events, transfers, and ancillary services into one shared itinerary. Upon arrival at the airport, a flight delay is announced. Life Journey suggests the nearest premium lounge, turning waiting time into a moment of comfort. And the hotel is aligned with the new arrival time to preserve the spa experience. Every journey becomes a unique experience built together. Travel is no longer just about moving from place to place. It's about creating value, connection, and shared memories. Powered by the agentic engine and the experience layer, Life Journey connects brands, services, and people, transforming every trip into a memorable experience.
Thank you. Maria, I'll give you back the stage. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura, for sharing Accenture Song. And I'll pass the floor to Nikos Diamandopoulos, Marketing Greece, to showcase our tools as well. Nikos, welcome.
Hello everyone. Let me just take a minute to share my screen. Okay, I think everything is in place. Okay, great. We hear every day many things about AI. My presentation, my part in this very interesting workshop consists of 2 parts. The first part has to do with some slides to have some context of what is up in the AI integration section of travel and tourism. We've heard many interesting statistics and insights from Mrs. Filippone presentation. And the second part has to do with a live demo of a new platform that we have launched the past few weeks. And it's called Tourism AI Playground. I'll delve into that in a few minutes. So we all know that AI is a technological revolution that will disrupt every sector. Travel and tourism is one of the first sectors that has this kind of penetration regarding the chatbots, the behavior of the travelers. We can see that more than 60% of them say they would trust an AI chatbot to help them plan their trip. 72% of them consider it useful for inspiration discovering destinations. So the question arises, how can destinations and businesses be ready for what's coming? And I want to emphasize on something that came up also in Mrs. Filippone's presentation, and it had to do with the readiness that organizations, either if it's a destination authority or a business, should have regarding their data, their architecture of their products, their offering, their content. So the destinations and businesses now need to treat their digital presence, their digital ecosystems as data infrastructures as well, in order to enable the new AI landscape, the new AI systems, to identify them, to discover them, to understand and read them accurately, and effectively recommend their product and experiences. Some more statistics that have some interest in the way that we want to showcase the impact of AI in tourism. These are based on the booking.com research 6 months ago. more than 60% have used AI when they were planning or booking a trip. 30% of them for accommodation, 30% for flights. It's a hopeful, it's a hope, it's a glimpse of hope to see that 60% of them, they want experiences that positively impact local communities. They want to avoid overcrowded destinations, which will have a positive impact on the destination's product offering. And on the other hand, travelers are still a little bit worried about the accuracy of information of these systems. Um, we think here in Marketing Greece that this is going to be the next few years, this is not going to be a case. There are going to be some guardrails in terms of accuracy of information. So these percentages will probably be lower in the next few months and years. But another thing that we should worry about is about AI introducing bias that maybe can reinforce stereotypes or discrimination of some types. It's a little lower than 50%, and we should be very careful of how we regulate these systems in terms of how they recommend or how they reply to our requests. So, before delving into the platform that we have created, two different three, I'd say, terms, terminologies, and definitions that we should really have in mind. The first one called MCP, it's called Model Context Protocol. It's effectively the language that LLMs will understand, the generative AI systems will understand when they're trying to comprehend what content, what services every business or every website wants to promote or suggest. So there's a layer between your systems, your digital ecosystem as is, and the LLMs. There's a layer there that we should create an MCP and have our information there and our products in such a way that they're readable and discoverable in the most efficient way by the LLMs. So we need to be familiar with how these things work because, as also Ms. Filippone said, the discoverability of our content is constantly changing and it's going to change a lot in the near future. And the second, of course, agentic AI. We truly believe that AI agents will be a commodity in a few months for companies. We saw the adoption that travel companies have in the field of AI. So it's a matter of time of 1 or 2 years before everyone starts creating AI agents, which will perform tasks in the background according to our instructions. And we need to automate our services and operation, as well as have in mind that also the users, the potential travelers, or the DMCs or the travel agents could create this kind of agents, and these agents should collaborate with themselves in the most efficient way. The second viral term in the AI world is vibe coding. And I really like this quote by Andrei Karpathy that the hottest, he's a former employee of OpenAI, that the hottest new programming language is English. So we can see that application development is not slowly, is very quickly becoming a commodity. It will no longer require a vast team of developers of maximum expertise. With AI coding assistants, a business team or an operations team can build a working, functional application in a short time. And then, of course, with the help of some AI developers, get to an MVP or a finalized product. But SaaS, software as a service, software development, will be a commodity in the next few years. So it's another thing that we have to have in mind going forward. Get familiar with it, and the main message should be that we should be educated, trained, develop an AI literacy with these terms and how these things works, because the adaptation should be very immediate. The travel landscape is being transformed in front of our eyes. Now, for the second part of the presentation, I will present to you our platform. Our platform is called Tourism AI Playground by Marketing Greece. This is as we call it, a familiarization platform with which we want to get SMEs, tourism SMEs, destination authorities, and every tourism professional who doesn't know up until now the power and the gains that generative AI can give to their business, to their everyday operations and tasks, and to get them familiar with this power and this functionality. So what we have created here is a series of micro apps. On this beta version, we have created five different categories of micro apps in the social media sector, a review hub, SEO hub, and security scanner. And I will try to showcase in the next 2-3 minutes how it works. It's free for everyone. We really want people to get in there and play and experiment and slowly adopt this culture of smart experimentation, because it's vital when it comes to new technologies, and to overcome any fear of technology adoption, which was a huge barrier in the previous technology revolutions, like digital or in the internet, etc. So let's get to it. The first one is social lab, the first category. I have already put the inputs here so as to save time. Here you can create a draft post for your social media. You can upload an image of your liking, of your theme that you want to promote on your social media post. This is a field where you can direct the AI over the theme and the context that you want the copy and the social media post to be about, the platform that this is intended to, and the tone. And of course, we have created a knowledge base based on our travel platform, discovergreece.com, which is one of the largest travel portals in Greece for the last 13 years. And this offers to the AI an additional context in order for the response to be optimized. So you can press on the generate caption. It creates a copy. You can, of course, share it with human eye. Always, we can say that the humans should not be absent in this whole transformation. And here you can see, of course, a preview of how this post would look like. We also have a create images section. We will have an engagement quiz section to create more engaging posts. Here's the topic theme is Naxos cheeses. The format type, you can create a trivia quiz or a did you know quiz. The language that you want to use. If you want additional context on the quiz that the AI will create, and or just leave it to use the knowledge base that we have of discoverygreece.com, generate ideas. You can create a social media post with this kind of quiz-like game in order to attract more engagement. This all functionality is based on the back end in the creating complex prompts based on the inputs that the user have filled in the respective fields. So we essentially help him with the prompting functionality because this is a barrier in the first steps of someone who wants to be proficient in using AI. Let's get to the Review Hub. Review Hub is a review intelligence hub. We have two micro apps, two modules here. Review Radar, when you can put your business or your or the attraction that the destination can manage. You can scan reviews. It will get reviews from Google. Here it brought via the Google Places API 25 reviews. It can have a sentiment score, a short report, like a sentiment analysis of the reviews, some fixes, some content opportunities that you can have for the attraction or for the business. And of course, you can take a review, you can copy and paste it. And in the next tab, you have a reply studio where you can paste the review here. You can choose the language and the tone that you want to reply to, any key points for additional context, and you can generate draft responses so that you can automate the process of replying to reviews, which we know is a burden for the businesses in the tourism sector. You can refine with additional points. You can define all replies with additional points, and then you can take the response and put it in Google or in other platforms where you have the review. The ACO Hub, you can put in your digital website, and this will perform an audit, a quick audit about the page health score. It will, via the Google Page Speed Insights, this is an image of the core web vitals, some suggestions that you can inform your technical guy, your IT guy, or the company that handles your website. And this is a quick audit about the SEO. The Brief Like a Pro micro app. Essentially, here in Marketing Greece, we have created lots and lots of digital content, travel content, and always the briefing of a copywriter is extremely hard, and it's difficult to optimize and do it more efficiently. So this helps us a lot. You can put in your inputs, the topic, the target audience, if you want to add a specific business or client name, the brief type, and then a professional brief with SEO strategy, content structure, headlines, which is ready to be sent to your copywriter, and he then can write the piece of content that you'd like. Of course, we have also a content writer. You can load the brief that you have created and have a draft content about the destination or the theme that you wanted to create content about. Of course, and in every step of this process, there are disclaimers that this is an AI-generated content, and you surely have to check with a human eye that this is correct, the information is correct, that the final product will be approved by a human. There are some extra applications here. You're all very welcome to visit playground.marketinggreece.com and play with it, experiment, and we can, of course, your feedback is very welcome because this is a beta version and we want to upgrade it. So your feedback would be very insightful for us. All in all, the main message here is we need to build the culture in Greek tourism and as well in tourism in general of technology adoption and in smart experimentation when it comes to AI. Thank you very much.
Exactly, Nikos, as you said, culture of smart experimentation, educated and trained people with AI. And I also keep a quote from Laura: orchestrate the journey around people. So we have created our own playground free for our members to experiment and give it a shot and provide feedback as well. And based on what you said and shared about how we can develop content or brief a creative copywriter, I'll pass the floor to Ariana Galante, travel account lead from Accenture Shop, to discuss how artificial intelligence is also shaping the creative landscape. So, Ariana, the floor is yours. Thank you.
You're on mute. Arianna, you are on mute.
Sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect. Sorry. I was just telling Nikos that I loved his tools. So, and that I was sending him hearts along the way.
Thank you.
I think what I'm going to be discussing is very, very close in terms of point of view. And it is, we've seen how our customers use artificial intelligence, and now we're kind of shifting to what we can do behind the scenes to better serve our customers using artificial intelligence. So in terms of content overall, it's clear that the landscape is really undergoing incredible change. Customers want every experience to be more and more personalized. We saw that very clearly with Laura as well. And also, if you think about the evolution over time in the number of channels, of devices, of markets and formats, it's been crazy. I started working 100 years ago, and 100 years ago, when you had a concept or you had an idea, you didn't have that many variations. Now we can see that if you start with one concept alone and you think about the number of assets, the number of variants, the languages, the segments, and the channels, one creative idea can bring up to, in this case, 1,125 different combinations. And this in a realm where we're seeing more and more diverse media formats, right? We're seeing images, we're seeing text that we saw before, videos, you have still lives, you have 3D, you have the world of AR that's opening up to us. So more and more, we have to realize that to build so much content, we can no longer use traditional methods because it would take us years to have the number of combinations that we need, for example, to activate a campaign. And this is where, the Gen AI powered asset creation approach kicks in, right? So if we continue, this is a real example from a customer. We just removed the logos, but the idea is to say we gave ourselves and the customer a challenge. We said we're going to work on a campaign and see how much we can do together in just 2 weeks. Okay. And in those 2 weeks, we wanted to work on their target personas, starting from their CRM data and how we could enrich it with additional sources, for example, GFK. We wanted to craft a communication concept, leveraging Gen AI, of course, and from that concept, build 3 different user journeys for 3 different segments, and thinking about the variety, right, of types of contents that would be required. And all in all, we built 15 different personalized assets. So I'm going to show you some examples of how we fleshed this out. So first thing is really rethinking the overall marketing value chain, which is, again, something that I thought was particularly interesting in what Nikos showed us, right? There are so many things that we've learned to do in the traditional way, and that was very valuable because it helped us really learn the craft. And now we're just picking it up and, taking a step forward in accelerating time to market and streamlining processes from strategy and marketing to the actual creation to production, which is what we're going to be seeing here, and more to the actual activation of the content once it's ready to use. So if we move to the next page, this is just an example of 3 target personas that we worked on for our customers with just some highlights on how we describe them. We had the international vanguard, which is more of our leisure customers. So it's a mix of business and of leisure, and it's going to be a more high spending target that are looking for, a status type experience. Then we have the cultural curators. In this case, they're more intellectual. They travel as a couple. And it's interesting to look at these segments so that you see how the content that we build for them will vary. And the third group are the smart movers. They travel alone. They're much more pragmatic. So they're going to look into things like productivity, simplicity, continuity. Is Wi-Fi available? So a very rational approach to travel, right? Remember, this is for an airline company. So if we move to the next page, you're going to see, and I'm going to show you the example for the 3 different segments. So we built using a variety of tools, right? Because you never really have one tool that's going to be best in breed. What's important, that's going to be best across the board. You really have to think in terms of best of breed. But we built static banners, dynamic banners, short videos for YouTube, and then landing pages, newsletters, and also LinkedIn posts, starting from that initial concept. Now, have a look at how we flesh these out. If we think about our bleisure customer, he's basically dressed in a suit. Go back one. He's basically dressed in a suit, but he's at the beach. So that kind of translates the bleisure idea, right? So we're working a lot on context to make it realistic for them. If we move to our next segment, we said clearly you see that the content has exactly the same structure. So you'll see the same purple swirls. You'll see that copywriting is positioned in the same places, but you'll see how the imagery and the wording changes. And of course, the context and the experiences that we're pushing, right? So we said they're more intellectual. So we're going to be talking more and more about, how you can craft your adventure on site. Okay. And then we moved to our last group. We said they travel alone. They're more pragmatic. We're going to focus on things like, for example, Wi-Fi. And we're also going to be thinking more and more about their solo adventures. Okay. So this, again, we crafted one initial concept. From that concept, we worked on our 3 segments. We added information to the 3 segments, and then we built 3 journeys, 1 for each segment. As a conclusion, and I don't want to scare you with this, but I do think it's an interesting way to look at it. If you look at the full step-by-step approach to what I was saying before, build a campaign from strategy and planning to production, what we've done is really worked on how you're going to build your workforce, how you're going to build your teams so that you will have actual real people like a brand strategist working hand in hand with a series of agents that we have pre-prepared to specialize in specific activities and that we also tailor to our customers' needs. And we continue to iterate, as Nikos was saying before, right? You test and learn, you optimize. But the idea is you're going to have your human brand strategist, but your human brand strategist is not only going to bring their ingenuity, but they're going to be working with a virtual research assistant or with a virtual persona builder, and so on and so forth. And this is a very interesting and future-forward way of thinking about what our teams are going to look like, what our workforce is going to be looking like in the future. Another thing that I wanted to point out here is that in addition to the variety of content, we always identify the most relevant tools. And as I was saying before, it's really important to stress this. This is something that evolves so quickly over time that I really encourage you to test every new tool on the market. I don't know, up until a few weeks ago, we were only talking about ChatGPT. out of the blue, everybody switched to Claude, and now Claude seems to be it. And maybe in 2 days, something else will pop up. So just really keeping up with what happens on the market is incredibly important. And that's something that we do to continue to optimize this type of approach. Thank you very much.
Ariana, you said it wasn't scary, but it scared me about it's okay.
No, then we'll talk about it because I didn't want to scare you.
It is reality, and we have to come to terms with it sooner or later. So going to our last speaker for today, Alessandro Simeone, Service Practice Senior Manager, rethinking customer service as a level for engagement. So here you go.
Thanks a lot. Allora, good afternoon, everyone. I am Alessandro Simeone. I am a senior manager at Accenture Song, and I am a part of service practice, which focuses on everything relating to contact center and customer engagement, including technology, operating models, processes, and customer, and also employee experience. I specialize on travel and transportation industry. Okay, it's a really pleasure for me to be here today and to have an opportunity to share with you the strategic direction and the key trend shaping this sector. So next. Okay, this is our point of view and North Star on the customer service. So the customer service is evolving, no longer simple management of requests or unforeseen events, but the creation of continuous value in the relationship with the travelers, agencies, and tour operators. How to anticipate needs and build a personalized experiences that accompany the stakeholders before the departure, during the journey, and after return. Next. Okay. The evolution of customer service. So next. Okay, when we talk about, next, please. Okay, when we talk about the customer service revolution, we are referring to continuous and fast-paced evolution that is reshaping the industry years after years. Since 2020, the contact center has probably been the business function that has transformed itself and faster within the organization. The reason is simple. Customer service sit at the interaction between the brand, its customers, whether B2C, B2B, okay, or travelers and guests in the tourism ecosystem, because it is the primary interaction layer. It must constantly adapt to change customer behavior, expectation, and communication preferences. This is why the customer service is increasingly recognized as a strategic capability rather than a pure cost center. Today, some insight and some data very, very relevant. For example, today, 93% of the CFO plan decide to maintain and increase investment in customer service despite strong pressure on cost optimization and operational efficiency. This is clearly highlights that the shift from service as support function to service as a driver of value creation. At the same time, investment are no longer focused on technology, operating model, yes, but none is the primary investment. More than 80% of organizations are investing on customer experience transformation, a new interaction model to deliver faster, more and seamless and more personalized experience, not just for the customer, but also for the employee. Now, I would like to show you the short, interesting, and engaging video, also very, very funny, to illustrate our point of view on the future of customer service. Please.
Welcome to our customer service. To sign up for a subscription, press 1. To change the subscription plan before subscribing to it, press 2. To explain the same problem to 7 different operators, press 3. To waste your valuable time, you're in the right place.
Call center can be a pain. We all know that. That's why we want to be the revolution. Introducing the Accenture Customer Hub, a human-centered, digital-first solution for managing every customer interaction, from acquisition to service. Accessible through digital channels, it provides an easy and convenient way to meet customer needs with Gen AI-powered virtual advisors that deliver personalized experiences and tailored solutions. Using data analytics, we anticipate customer needs, minimizing unnecessary interactions and maximizing satisfaction and efficiency. But the real difference comes from people. Forget annoying IVRs and ineffective bots. Digital tools should not be a barrier for customers to connect with real people when needed. No more random agents from major call centers. Instead, a dedicated team of experts that take end-to-end ownership and accountability for resolving customer needs from start to finish. And no call transfer ever. Empowered by cutting-edge AI. For real-time guidance, the augmented operation model makes every interaction personal, managed by the same team, using data to enhance customer intimacy. Every interaction is an opportunity to increase brand relevance and strengthen customer loyalty through new products and services. We're here to make a difference. For customers, by providing better, more personalized experiences. For companies, by growing revenue, fostering loyalty, and reducing costs. For employees, by nurturing their talents and skills, empowering them to focus on higher value activities. Goodbye, customer service. Welcome to the future of customer engagement. Welcome to the Accenture Customer Hub.
Welcome to our customer service.
Okay, one is enough, I think. Okay, how to turn a customer service into engagement experience. Okay, just for you. Okay, next, please. Next, please, Lavi. Okay, just for you, we summarize the evolution of customer service into 5 key market trends. They are shaping the future of customer transformation, customer service transformation. The first one, evolution of omni-channel personalized experiences. Customer increasingly expect a seamless and consistent experience across every stage of the travel journey, from planning, booking, pre-travel, in-travel, and post-travel support. Interaction no longer happen on a single channel. A customer may start a conversation on chat, continue via voice, and complete it through email, conversational agent. The key challenge is maintaining context across channel and delivering a frictionless experience. This is also introduced the concept of the human journey. So understanding which interaction can be efficiently managed through self-service and AI-driven automation, and which moment still require a human support because of their complexity, emotional relevance, or need for empathy, typically for the agent. The second one is intelligent contact center powered by Gen AI. Generative AI is transforming the entire customer service lifecycle, from request recognition and intent detection to routing, resolution, and follow-up activities. The priority is identify low-value and repetitive tasks that can be automated, enabling organization to reduce operational pressure, improve efficiency, and increase prevention and deflection capability, while allowing human agent to focus on higher value interaction. For the tourism and hospitality ecosystem, where seasonality and demand peaks create strong operational pressure, AI-enabled service model can significantly improve scalability and responsiveness. The third one, data-driven service model. Customer service is becoming increasingly data-driven. Organization today can combine qualitative insight, such as sentiment analysis, customer satisfaction, and NPS, with operational KPI like first contact resolution, average handle time, abandonment rate, after call work. The objective is to consolidate this insight in a centralized control tower that supports continuous improvement and enables a shift from reactive service management to predictive and preventive service management. The fourth, sustainability, employee experience, and the new way of working. Technology transformation is also reshaping the daily work of employees. New AI-based capability, operating model, and processes are redefined rules, skills, and collaboration model. This is why customer service transformation cannot be about just technology or processes. It must include a strong people and change management component focused on reskilling, future capability, and a new way of working. Also respect on the new attitude for the every single people. The fifth, from silos to integrated service ecosystem. Finally, organizations are moving away from siloed operating model toward the more integrated and connected ecosystem. Delivering a consistent customer experience requires different functions, channels, and partners to work together around a shared customer vision and coherent brand identity. A particularly important capability in complex ecosystems such as travel and tourism. Next, please. Okay, the last concept. Okay, next. Okay, this concept is clearly represented in this slide. On the left side, we can see the current reality in many organizations, customer experience, fragmented interaction across multiple channels and touch points. Marketing, sales, customer service often operate independently, using different platforms, different communication style, and disconnected data. As a result, customers receive inconsistent experiences with limited continuously and little alignment across the overall journey. The objective is to move toward what we define as an end-to-end unified journey, a fully connected experience where marketing, sales, serving, and customer care operate in an integrated way around the single customer view. In this model, customer perceive one consistent brand experience regardless of the channel and interaction type. Activating in this type of new model, achieving this transformation requires not only the new technology, but also change in operating model, governance, and the way of working. The outcome is significantly stronger customer experience with high consistencies, personalization, and overall value creation. Next, please. Okay, we're using this slide, our something like a diagnostic framework, which helps organization shift from a traditional reactive call center to more advanced customer insight hub. Today, many contact centers still operate in a reactive mode, mainly focusing on handling incoming requests and resolving issues as they arise. The transformation we propose move along a clear maturity path toward a proactive, predictive, preventive service model enabled by agentic capability and AI. A key element of this shift is the rebalancing between human and machine work as a directional model, not a literal target, which represents, but illustrate an 80% machine, 20% human split. The 80% automation layer converts repetitive activities, low-value activities that can manage through AI and digital agent, such as routing, basic resolution, and operational support. The remaining 20% represent the true value of human agent. This includes listening to customer, delivering empathy, and caring interaction, and managing complex or highly specialized requests that require deep expertise and contextual judgment. In this way, the role of contact center evolved from reactive service function in strategic insight engine that not only resolve issue, but also anticipates customer needs and improve overall experience quality. Next, please. This is a represent from how we can change the new way of working and organization. From an operating model perspective, this slide illustrates a clear evolution. On the left, we can see traditional structure, a multi-layered operating model with a strong separation between front office, back office, as well between first and second level support. Responsibility and skill are organized in silos with limited interaction and coordination across teams. This structure often lead in an efficiency, long resolution time, and fragmented customer experience. On the right, we move toward a consolidated operating model. In this setup, front-end, back-end, and agentic capability work together in an integrated way, aligned around a single objective, resolving customer needs in the most effectiveness and efficiency and seamless manner. Human agents are supported by a digital team of virtual agents that handle low-value repetitive activities, allowing people to focus on higher value interaction and complex use case. This integrated model improves speed, consistency, and quality of service, while enabling more scalable and resilient customer support organization. Next, please, the last one. Just a little. Okay, perfect. How the capability. Okay, next. The value of GenAI capability can be summarized across three main dimensions. The first one, customer and partner value, where the customer refer the traveler and partner includes agencies, ecosystem player in the travel and tourism industry, such as those within the SETE ecosystem, for example. Here, key capability include proactive engagement across service, sales, and marketing touchpoint, and advanced conversational interfaces such as chatbot, virtual assistant. In more advanced case, this interface can deliver high personalized, tailored journey based on customer profile and the stage of the travel experiences. The second one, employee empowerment. These capabilities are designed to enhance empower performance through augmented interaction, providing agent with real-time recommendation, knowledge-based support, and next best action suggestion and next best offer. This enables employee to deliver more accurate, relevant, and personalized responsive, including better alignment with the most sustainable offer for each traveler and for the right moment of the journey. The last one, third one, automation of low-value activity. A significant portion of operational workload can be designed and digitalize and automate, reducing manual effort and improve efficiency in day-by-day activities for the operator. Together, this capability generate a real measurable business outcome that create value. For example, operational efficiency, cost saving, improving service effectiveness and personalization, and capacity gain to guarantee and address operator activity through activity more value added. And the last one, revenue uplift, driven by better customer understanding, improvement engagement, and increased opportunity for cross-selling and upselling. Ultimately, this model shifts customer service from a cost-driven function to strategic value-driven within the travel and tourism ecosystem. I finished. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Alessandro, as well. So it was a deep dive today on AI. We saw the technical and the specifics. We traveled a bit on the creative landscape. We saw tools and platforms, familiarization platforms on how to educate and how to train employees and businesses. AI is here to stay and drive us to the next day, of course. People will need and will always be part of the hospitality chain and the tourism value chain. AI can help us with technicalities maybe and save a lot of our time. I hope you found you found the content useful. We are here to receive any questions you might have. We'll make sure to put the presentation and the videos online along with Accenture's contact details in case you need any other data on the specific tools and services. And of course, feel free to play with our playground, our marketing Greece playground. So, any questions at this point? Yes, Tasso. Yes, Tasso. Tasso.
Yes, hello, how are
Hi.
you? I don't know
Hi,
if
how are you?
fine. One question to Nikos. I already played with in the playground. I visited. It is not personalized, Nikos. Will there be a personalized version which remembers you visiting this and learning from you? What do you want to have?
Yes, hello Dasso. Thanks for the question. We have thought about it a lot. For the first phase, for the beta phase, we wanted to make sure that everything regarding legal requirements and privacy and data should remain on the safe side. So we have not included any login functionality that could potentially have a memory a feature there. So for the beta phase, not, but it's in our roadmap in the next phase to include something like that.
Okay, thank you very much. Nice, very nice job.
Thank
Thanks.
you, Tasso. Anyone else? Okay, then. Thank you all for joining us. We'll make sure to send a follow-up email to everyone. And we'll keep in touch soon with another digital workshop. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Here's to my-